The Bastar problem is that supposing the party is put down, what do you do next? Next is go for very reckless mining. That's all is pushing the BJP to this end. Otherwise, what is the great hurry? Now you have to enter the forest, and this time when you are entering the forest, Indian state is not entering the forest to take the resources, mining, because the Indian state can always say for the development of India, no, we have to take the mines and some mineral wealth has to be exploited. Even to convince the rest of the society, that argument holds good. Because without mining and without how India will develop infrastructure and all that. But this time they are going to hand over the mines to corporate.
If it is the fight about Jal Jangal Jameen, right now in Bastar, 4 more mines are scheduled to be opened. They are saying that if we have to fight against this, we'd rather not be accused of being either Maoists or frontal people for Maoists or anything like that. We'd rather that there is no Maoist question at all in the background. That gives us greater legitimacy to talk about Jal Jangal Jameen, because today when we are talking about Jal Jangal Jameen, immediately we are accused of being Maoists.
Beyond our expectation, in different states there is a demand for peace talks, right? And if the society demands peace talks, the silver lining is that the Maoist party itself offered for the peace talks. In our case, we had to persuade them. But in now, they themselves case, although they say they have become weak and therefore they want to recoup, and you may say 1,000 things, but when somebody says, I want peace, for people outside civil society, left groups, there is a lot of space.
The conversations that are happening are not happening where the theatre of war right now is. The theatre of war is Bastar. And in Bastar, the state government is the same as the union government. There is a kind of coordination that's happening over there. That is a place where this conversation is not happening. 70-year-old men running around with AK-47s in a forest. It's kind of pathetic, isn't it?
It always happens because, see, Naxals say that they would like to create an equitable society, fair and just society, and distribution of land, distribution of wealth. So ultimately they want to create an egalitarian or a fair and just society. Somehow police developed a vested interest in the movement, although they were also living under constant fear, because the other side also was attacking police officers. Some of the senior police officers lost their life. Of course, Naxals lost lots of senior leaders. So we said this has to be stopped. When we met them in 2002, they said there is no space for peace talks. They said history, they say language they used it. International context and history tells us that there is no space for peace talks. We asked them why.